Hi everyone, it's Sian. I've just been asked to kind of give you guys a bit of a guide or top tips, some advice on how to survive school without school in this weird kind of time. As most of you know, I'm a teacher in a secondary school, and we're kind of all kind of muddling out kind of together, and we're all in the same boat. So yeah, I hope you're all doing all right. But I just thought I'd kind of go through a few key points. Just to kind of give you some bits of advice to think about. Kind of point number one, I suppose, is checking with your teachers. If you think you've not been sent work or you're a bit unsure, just email them. We are going through it just as much as you are, so be patient with us. It's the first time we've all ever had to kind of work out how to set your work remotely. So yeah, but make sure you are checking with them. Use us as much as you normally would. Send us the questions if you're not sure on anything. Don't just try and muddle through. We are still here to help you as teachers, so do be checking in with your teachers. If you haven't heard from them and you're not really sure where to start, you could maybe look on like your WJC GCSE spec, like online, look that up, kind of work out where you are, kind of maybe that might give you a guide, or even maybe just start doing a bit of revision materials, start creating some like mind maps or flashcards or anything like that, because that'll be useful for you at any point whenever you might need them in the future. So use the time wisely. If you're in year 11 and year 13, firstly, can I say, like, we're all like gutted for you guys that you aren't going to be able to do your exams. Some of you are probably absolutely thrilled not to have to go through the whole process, but I can imagine some of you being a bit gutted or a bit sad. It's all a bit uncertain. So actually just kind of, bear with us. Be grateful that the time being taken to think about your grades and kind of work out how we're going to give you them is a good thing. People are trying to work out how to do it as fairly as possible, which can only be a good thing for you. Keep kind of calm, keep focused. If you're in year 11 looking to go into A levels, maybe start looking at some of your subjects that you've chosen. Maybe look at the spec, talk to your teachers. They may be able to give you some kind of practice work or stuff to start like researching into of those topics. All of us we've been given the gift of time, so we can actually use our time really wisely. I won't lie, I've absolutely loved being able to watch some films, play quite a lot of Sims 4, but actually we've been given the gift of time, so we can use that to read our Bibles a bit more, take some more time of our quiet times in the morning perhaps, or practice a new skill or whatever, whatever that might be. Or maybe it's just spending a bit longer on some schoolwork so you actually really understand it. We've got the gift of time, so let's use it in a good way. And kind of my final point before I recap my top tips is like now more than ever for you guys and for all of us is a time to be really grateful for the education system that we do have in place. I think a lot of the time, a lot of us kind of go, oh, school, can't be bothered, blah, blah, blah. Actually, now it's been taken from us, we can be really grateful for it. So we can really thank God for the kind of provision that we do have in this country. Maybe take some time to pray for patience over getting work through, even pray for your teachers, that they might be able to get through this time as they're kind of looking to set work and kind of maybe even, who knows what that might come of that. And actually, if you are a Christian or if you've been coming along to the journey, you're kind of questioning a lot of things, now is the time, I guess, to put that above everything else. Like, remember, we are children of God more than anything, and actually that is even more worthwhile and even more amazing and something that will last far longer than this period of time and what your grades and whatever that. I know that's your main worry now, but actually, like, in the future, still being a Christian, still being part of God's family is way more important than any grade or bit of paper or how you got that could ever be. So just to kind of give you a roundup of my top tips. Top tip number one, check in with your teachers for work. But if you've got a question, use them as much as you possibly can. Create a timetable. Top tip two, create a timetable. So if you haven't already, create yourself a little session of what you're going to cover, so you cover everything but don't get bored. Top tip three, have a space to work. This is my space, my little alcove where I've been working. Have your desk if you've got one. If you've only got a bed, that's fine, but I've tried to not work in my bed because it's not very productive. Use your time really wisely. Top tip 4. Like I said, even if you're in year 11 or 13, you've still got stuff you could be doing to make it a productive time. And top tip number 5, enjoy the time we've been given. How often in life do we get given the blessing of time? So use it wisely, enjoy it, stay inside, keep washing your hands, and we'll see you all very soon, I'm sure. Bye!